Hello, everybody. I am Elvira Preston, and welcome to our studio Youth Life. This is our second episode of our YouTube channel, which is quite cool. And we're really looking forward to tonight. So we really hope that you're looking forward to tonight with us. This is Youth Life, where we speak about matters that matter.
My name is Heaven Thomas, and this is Youth Life.
Hi, my name is Brandon, and this is Youth Life.
Hi, my name is Andre Nsenga.
Hi, my name is Lesedi Kutla, and
this is Youth Life.
this is Youth Life.
And this is Youth Life.
We created this channel to speak openly about the challenges that affect us as young people today.
Openly discuss about challenges that affect us as the youth of today.
To talk about matters that matter in our lives today.
We want to make it our number one goal to grow together a family of believers.
We want to make it our number one goal to grow together as a family of believers.
One goal to grow as a family of believers.
As a family of believers.
We want to answer your personal questions on our comment section and help you delve deeper in your faith.
We are ordinary people seeking an extraordinary God.
We are all just ordinary people seeking an extraordinary God.
We are ordinary people seeking an extraordinary God.
We are just ordinary people
Seeking an extraordinary God. Seeking an extraordinary God.
We are just ordinary people seeking an extraordinary God.
All right, guys, so you just saw our presenters, every presenter on the show. They might not be on every week, but these are our presenters. But tonight we would like to know who's viewing, who's commenting, who's giving the questions, who's actually the back line of the show. Rebel, let's give out some shout outs.
All right, so we have a couple people online watching right now. Welcome back, Damien. Welcome, Pastor Fiona. Welcome. Welcome. It's so great to see you guys here. We have some people watching straight up from Alberton. Shout out to Malcolm watching from Alberton. It's Panda watching from his chair, her chair. We have Henny. We have Jandre. Welcome, Jandre. Jandre was with us last week. So good to see you. We have Kaywin Fredericks, very excited to see you tonight as well. Super excited. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're really excited.
We are really excited
to get into tonight's topic, which is character. I'm so excited to talk about character, but more specifically, good character.
Okay, but before we start speaking about character, let's just do a sum up and a review of what we did last week. So last week we spoke about identity, right? We spoke that our identity must be found in Jesus Christ, not in the clothes we wear, not in the amount of money we make, not in our class in society, not in the color of our skin, but our identity must be found in Jesus Christ, right? Or else it's going to crumble, it's not going to work. But on this topic, so we're going to stay on this on the topic, right? Identity, but we're going to branch out a little bit. And what we're going to talk about tonight, obviously, is character. Yes. But I'm going to play the devil's advocate a little bit, okay? Just to provoke some debate here tonight. I don't think that we should speak about character. I think it's a futile pursuit. If you look at the NFL players, if you look at the Kardashians, if you look at all these people, they're rich and famous, but all of them are working on the outside stuff. Nobody's working on the inside stuff. So I don't know. I think the invisible stuff, let's leave the invisible stuff, man. Character, boring pursuit.
Okay. While character may not be the most popular pursuits, I still think that it's still one of the most important, most emotionally intelligent things that you could do. Mm-hmm. And, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go through all these experiences in life. You don't have to have a near-death experience to have character. Mm-hmm. But you need to have, morals. You need to have values, principles, and then you got to live your life sticking to those values and those morals and those principles that you've set for yourself. Okay. Cool. So, going deeper into that topic, tonight we have Keegan and Bernard.
So, what is a good character? Well, when a person has a good character, it can be observed through their actions, about the good choices they make and the bad choices they avoid, about doing the right thing, knowing that someone might watch or is not watching you, doing the right thing through your own beliefs. What do you think, Bernard?
Yeah, no, definitely, Keegan. When I see a good character, you will definitely attract the trust, the respect of other people. It will definitely influence other people around you, and you will change the perspective of failure and many other things. It will sustain you through difficult times and opposition. It will create a foundation of happy and healthy relationship with your friends, your family, and it will definitely improve your chance of success in your work, in what you do, your sport, and everything around you. Definitely, yeah, that's what I think.
Wow, what a mouthful, Bernard. Yeah, I think a good character is so underrated.
Yeah.
In these current times, it's not valued anymore, and I think it should change. I think you viewers, I think you should listen what Bernard said. Go listen to it again, watch it again, share it with your friends. I think it's really important. Let's look at some good characteristics.
All right, so we saw some characteristics, some character traits on the screen, and I think that was quite a lot. It's not all of them, because there's obviously a lot more, but I think there's about 20 on there. But I think it would be good for you to just go and check out the definitions of those words. The thing is, even myself, if I look at a word and I don't understand it, if the moment I get the definition of a word, I understand it, and then it's very easier for me to implement it, because that's wisdom. You know something, but then wisdom is to actually implement what you know, right? But with those characteristics that went on, Keegan, is there perhaps two that stood out for you that you can elaborate on?
Yeah, from the words that we saw now, there was two that stood out for me. The first one was integrity, and that is basically your strong moral beliefs and principles, but not just your beliefs and principles, but living that out daily.
Okay.
Doing it in your daily life, showing your moral principles, and like I said in the beginning of a good character is doing the right thing, the moral principle that you believe, knowing that someone's not watching or doing it in your own time.
Yeah.
And then the second one was loyalty.
Okay.
And that is like your faithfulness to your loved ones, to your friends, to your families. And not just that, to organizations, to your community, and being there for them in the time of need, not just in the good times, being popular, but also in the bad times when it's difficult. So that's what loyalty is for me. And I think it's really, really strong belief in my life.
Yeah.
And if you look at the word, Jesus said, do unto others what you want to do unto yourself. So that's also what I try to live out daily.
Okay.
Yes, that's the two that stood out for me.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you, Keeks, on that. And do you think that you're living out? You think you're living out it like fully, or do you think you constantly need to work on it?
It's a constant working on it. It's not overnight that you can do it. It's trying your best and trying to fulfill it, if I can say it like that. It's not overnight, and no one's perfect. We have to do it. It's a step-by-step process. You're trying your best. That's what I.
No, I'm glad that you said that, because I want to say something on that. But Barry, is there maybe two that stood out for you that you can elaborate on?
Yes, Alvaro. The two words that was close to my heart, what I saw in the video, it was the first one was respectfulness, and then the second one was responsibility. Now, respectfulness, respectfulness for me is, they always say, you must treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
And I think, you choose the way you treat other people with kindness, with dignity, with courtesy, That's your way of treating other people. So if you treat other people badly, they're going to do the same to you, because you must expect that. You can't expect to treat people badly, but they will be good to you, So, and then with responsibility, it's, like you said, it's a big one. And responsibility for me, like I next week I'm starting with exams, and with this COVID-19, it's rough, School wasn't, normal. So for me to go in exams now, it's my responsibility to put in work. I can't lay in the bed on the couches the whole day. I need to put in. I need to work. And that's going to be my result. So if I put in 100%, I will get 100% back.
Correct,
That's responsibility for me. So
wow. No, those are. I think what you guys spoke about was really cool. I think. If we can expand on it more, obviously, but I think what you guys said really just defined those words quite well. But I mean, character is not an easy thing. I think if you think character is easy, it's not easy, guys. It's something that you have to work on a daily basis. Two characteristics that stood out for me that was difficult. I mean, I struggle with it, is humility, Sometimes you just, I don't know, you have this vibe, you think you're better than other people, and it's just, I don't know if it's innate. Of course it's not innate, because it's something that you can change, of course. But I mean, to exude confidence, but at the same time be modest about it, is seen as a weakness in the world. People see it as weakness. So I don't know if other people are struggling with it. I'm struggling with humility, to constantly think that, you're not self-important and you think you're there. But it's really difficult. It's something that you constantly need to work on a daily basis. Because if I can think about a scripture, is what Jesus said in Matthew 5. We were speaking on the mountain. He was speaking about the Beatitudes, actually. How should your attitude be? And he says that he resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So, Lord, help me, please, so that I can just be humble, And the other thing that stood out for me was forgiveness. That's a difficult one, eh? At the end of the day, if somebody has done something wrong to you, you automatically carry a grudge in your heart. You automatically carry this thing of, ek gaan ook nie vir jou jammer sê nie. I'm also not going to say sorry to you. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I grew up in a house where, we had a family house, like my grandmother's house, and she had like 10 kids, right? So the sisters, there would always be beef with the sisters, right? And as a child, I would see it, because my mom wouldn't speak to my other aunt, and she'd just be quiet for a week or 2 weeks, She wouldn't speak to her. There would be like a cold war, and everybody would know that there's something up with them, But they won't speak to one another. They won't do things for one another and stuff like that. And that's the home that I grew up in, meaning that I saw that. That's what I saw. So to constantly change according to the word of God, where Jesus says, forgive 70 times 7, easier said than done, especially if you've grown up in a home like that, you know. But and also the other thing that puts me off from forgiveness, I know a person should forgive. I know, guys, but it puts me off that if you forgive, if I have to ask you for forgiveness, it doesn't mean that you're going to pardon me for what I've done.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that our relationship is going to be reconciled and we're going to have that restored relationship that we had once before. It might not be like that at all. So yes, it's really like it's a krapperige ding for me. But anyway, we said a lot on characteristics. You want to say something there?
I just want to add on that, you know, with forgiveness, what I think, you know, to work on it, because you say it's hard, you know, for everyone it's hard.
Yeah,
if someone does something to you that's very, you know, ugly, and you're not comfortable with it and you don't like it, you know, it's hard to forgive that person, you know, whatever they've done. But I think the best way to, you know, is to implement it every day, you know. Something small maybe happens, you know, forgive that person. But although it's hard, you need to implement it every day, and more, you know, it will take a period of time.
Yes,
Not the first day, but I think, you know, if you implement it more and more every day, you will get comfortable with it. It will be easier for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think.
I can also
take it.
add on to that. To you, so I think your humility and forgiveness can go together, because sometimes we are too proud to ask for forgiveness, because you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to put yourself, you think you're better than someone. So I think those two is very important to come together as well, because sometimes you have to be humiliated to ask for forgiveness, because so that's what I also think. I think it works really well together.
Yeah, and I think that's why I chose the two difficult ones, because I mean we struggle with those things, you know. But we really did speak a lot about characteristics, and we said a lot. But I think that you guys can also, you know, give your comments on this topic, and you know, give us some questions so that we can also answer you as best we can. Obviously, as best we can. So let's go over to Rebel for Q&A.
All right, everybody. Thank you for dropping some questions. Don't feel afraid. Drop some more. We want to answer them. We want to talk to you guys, get to know you guys, know what's on your mind so that we can speak about it more if we need to, you know. Okay, we do have a question from Devon van Zyl. Hey, Devon. Miss you, haven't seen you in a while. How's Carla?
Because of COVID. Because of lockdown.
He wants to know, how can I become a person with good character?
Yo, that's Devon. That's a difficult question. I think, like I said in the beginning with the first thing, it's no one's perfect. We have to take it step by step. It's not an overnight thing. It's a process. You have to, I think you have to lay yourself by God, go into the Word, see what is a good character. Try to implement it into your life, aspect by aspect, little by little. Like Bernard said, it's not, you have to put in the work. No one's going to give you a good character like this. You have to put in the work. So if I can answer it like that, I think that's how I would answer it.
Yeah. If I can maybe just elaborate on that, or do you want to elaborate? Hygiene. I mean, you clean your house on a constant basis. You just clean your house once a year and then it stays clean forever. Exercise. You don't just go and do a 10-kilometer run now. Valentine's race, I'm doing a 10-kilometer, and then you stop running, but you think you're still going to lose weight. It doesn't work like that. It's a constant pursuit. It's a constant process. So character, I would say, it doesn't just work overnight. And it's also, you know, you constantly need to make good choices, you know, and avoid making bad choices. That's very important. So on that's what I would say on character, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. There you have it, Divs. The next question we have is from Jandre. He wants to know, what is the importance of forgiveness? Yeah.
Bernard, because you're so clean up on this thing, I'm going to give it to you.
Jandre, I know you.
I know.
And you know, God says if you forgive, you know, it's the best thing you can do. Because if you keep a grudge against someone, you know, that will never go away. You will never be unseen. And that grudge will stay there forever unless you put your heart on it and say, listen, I forgive you for whatever you've done. I forgive you for that. And I think that, if I can practically cut that line between you and that person, You know, that grudge you have, because every time you're going to see that person, you can say, oh, I remember what you've done to me. You know, your baggage. But if you cut that bondage of baggage you have with that person, you are free. You are free of that baggage. So I think, importance is you are free if you forgive. So
yeah, definitely. I think forgiveness isn't. Sometimes it's not even about that person. You know, whatever they did to you, let them go, because if you don't forgive them, they're always going to be on your head, on your heart, on your shoulders. Like, it's a weight that you're putting on yourself for what? For someone that upset you.
Yeah. Like I read a statement actually once that says, and I know that I'm the one that's struggling with forgiveness, but I read the statement, and for a season it did help me. It says that if you carry unforgiveness, it's like you carrying a hot coal in your hand, and the only person that's getting hurt is you. So the moment I read that statement, those people that I needed to forgive, I forgave you guys. But it's a constant work in process, like we spoke about. But any other questions or comments?
Okay, we do have another question from Sharon Bester. Hey, that's Sharon.
Shout out.
She said, do we build our own character or need people to build in us? So do we build our own character or do we need people to build it in us?
Anybody?
I think, it's important to have a relationship with, for example, your pastor, your shepherd, or your parents, If you have that relationship and that healthy relationship with someone, you have a platform. A solid platform, and if you need something, you can go to your pastor, you can go to your parents, or your friend that is loyal to you. And I think it's important to have, you need to work in yourself. Your character is about yourself. You must. But I think to influence it more and upgrade it more is you need your shepherd, your pastor for more influence. Someone who knows more than you can help
Always
you with it.
I mean, I know this one saying, it's very youthy, but this is youth life, so it's this thing, and it says, your vibe attracts your tribe. So I think first you need to figure out what your vibe is and what your character is, and then it will attract your tribe, and that's the people that you keep in your life. They will you'll have the same interests, and even if you don't have the same interests, you'll challenge each other. So you have to know who your character is, build it within yourself, and then get it from other people.
And I also think at the end of the day, you have to have other people around you because they can identify things in your life that's not right. So your parents, your mentor, a friend that is maybe wise, a pastor, somebody in your local community that can really just assist you, because at the end of the day, if you're not close to somebody, the person will never be able to, or nobody will be able to see if there's something that's wrong in my life. Then I will never know, and then I will never work on it, So I have a colleague that works with me, and he constantly will say stuff like, yes, Alvaro, you need to change this thing because that thing is not right. And then I'll think about what he said, and then I will change that thing because he saw that thing in my life, and then I realize, okay, is this thing wrong? Is this thing right? And then I'll change it, So I think it's very good to have people in your life because life is not an isolation thing. The Word of God does say people perish because of a lack of knowledge. If you don't have knowledge about something that you need to change, you're never going to change it.
Yes. Okay. There's no more questions, but I wanted to ask, seeing the words that came up on the bumper, one of them was optimism, right? And I hear it's always great to be optimistic, and it is. It's such a good character trait to have. But then how do you know when to take it a step back, look at the situation, and be more realistic about it?
Can I please answer that question?
Yes.
Because this is one thing that I love. I love optimism. I'm a very optimistic person.
Yeah,
but it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. Can I tell you what I did? Gratitude is the formula. Gratitude is the only ingredient that will allow you to have optimism. It's like a pill that you can just take to be optimistic. You must have gratitude. I write down 5 things that I'm thankful for on a daily basis. Sometimes, I might miss maybe once a week, but I write down 5 things that I'm thankful for every day. And it has helped me tremendously with my optimism. I'm optimistic regardless of what happens, whether it's good or whether it's bad. I'm optimistic about life. I'm optimistic about what comes my way, and I'm thankful for the bad, and I'm also thankful for the good. You can't just be thankful for the good things. Be thankful for the bad stuff also, because that's the stuff that actually, it's the pressure. You know, it's like gold that refines you. Those things refines you. So that's my answer to you, Rabala. I don't know if that helps you.
That's great. I love that answer. Thank you. Yeah, it's so important to be grateful. I'm grateful for all three of you.
We're grateful for you.
Important for everyone behind this camera.
Behind the scenes. We're grateful.
Okay, thank you guys so much for coming in and for watching. If I didn't get to answer any of your questions, we'll definitely answer them in the comment section. Right now we have 2 scriptures coming up. First from Keegan.
Yeah, the first scripture for the week is Philippians 2 verse 2 to 4. It says, "Fulfill my joy by being like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition and conceit, but be in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem others better than himself. Let each of you look out not only for his own interests, but also for the interests of others."
Yes, and now we have our next one from Varna.
Okay, so the second scripture is Philippians 4 verse 8. "Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things."
Thank you guys. Thank you for those beautiful scriptures. I'm sure that it's definitely touched at least one of you sitting in your chairs, coming from Pretoria, coming from Alberton, coming from down the road. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. There you have it, you guys. We here at Dunamis Youth Life, we are arguing that having a good character, building a good character, is still one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. It will grow your mind, it will influence the choices you make about yourself, about the things you do, what you want to pursue in life, you know. And yeah, I think that the benefits of finding your character far outweighs any negatives, and you'll see it. You'll see it in the future to come, and you'll know that it was because of who you are and the character that you built for yourself. And you know, it's not going to be easy. We all know that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be so worth it. So
like hygiene and exercise.
Like hygiene and exercise. We all know that's worth it when you're going on that date. So, I mean, or like whatever, the work meeting or whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in. I hope to see you guys next week, hear more of your questions, know more about who you guys are, and God bless. From all of us at Dunamis Youth Life, where we'll be talking about matters that matter.
Arrivederci!